All right, so this is my B attempt. This is Circ12 B. The date is 12/5/2021. My name is Christian Williams. Uh, as I mentioned, I'm re-recording this here. So the B attempt, just a reminder, is explained in C. We're using one of the making better parameters in Circ12, in this case displaying a random color, where we are slightly modifying the code that we used in C to get access to the rest of the program. So I won't bother going over everything at the beginning. What we are just interested in is our void loop. In this case, before we just had set color, we are now including random color. So random color, I don't think I ever explained this in a previous circs. So you can have multiple voids in your program, and the Arduino has some certain set ones. So void setup is reserved for this code will run once at the beginning of the Arduino when it's first boot up. Void loop is reserved for this is a code that needs to be run in perpetuity. You can set up further voids that may or may not be used in your loop, which is why we've been copying and pasting a bunch of code that the C attempt won't necessarily use. So in this case, we have a void random color, and we also have a void set color. We use set color in C. We are now using void random color in B. So what void random color is doing is we are setting up a random integer value. I'm not exactly sure what program or function or chaos that the Arduino is using to generate random numbers, like if it's taking ambient air value or just has some mathematical formula where there's a set of numbers that make it look like it's chaos, or I'm not sure exactly what it's doing to be quote unquote random. All we know is that it is random. What we do is we define random for what values are included in random. So basically, you can think of random as the die. What die are we using? Are we using a D8? Are we using a D6? Are we using a D4? That sort of thing. So random includes any values from 0 to size of colors. So the size of colors allows the random to look at this array right here and determine how many numbers are in there. So we have, looks like 8 values in here. So this is essentially a D8. And so it knows that random is 0 from 8. And then we can get a random number within that range of colors. Set color is something that we use down here, which basically just tells the program, hey, you can reference all these Boolean values up here. So when I tell you cyan, you know that it's off, on, and then you know what off and on actually mean, high and low. So set color we were using in C. And then it'll re-roll the dice every 1 second, or 1,000 milliseconds in this case. Same thing, but we have to be specific. So in the void loop, because we've included this random color, first it'll set it to magenta and then it'll do random color. So what that looks like in real life, I unplugged it here. So we can see it is going through random colors. So it did green, blue, red, and then a magenta, orange, magenta again, red, that sort of thing. And it'll do that every 1 second. You may see some of the colors last a little longer, and that's fine because a random value can happen more than once. So in this case, it just happened to land on 8 twice in a row or something like that. But you can see it just going through all of its pretty colors every 1 second there. Black, by the way, I don't know if you saw in the value, is all of the LEDs turned off because no light is black. All right, so that is the Circ12 B attempt. And I already recorded the Circ A attempt, so you'll be able to see my past self explain Circ12A. Thank you for watching.